Aries, welcome to April 2018. This is going to be a dynamic month, kind of a crazy month, but a good month. You have Mars, the planet of action, energy, passion, and desire, ruling the month because he's the ruler of Aries. And we have the Aries new moon on the 15th. He's also the co-ruler of Scorpio. He is the traditional ruler. Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio. And they're coupled together this month too. So there's a lot happening. Now with Aries, that brings the focus for you to your money, your resources. And you want to remind yourself that you don't have limitless resources. So one of the things, for you to be aware of is you don't want to overspend this month. There could be this drive to spend money this month because you have such a big focus there. You have the Sun in Aries. You have Uranus in Aries. Mercury retrograde in Aries. And so make sure you're keeping receipts for anything you are buying because you may want to bring it back when Mercury goes direct, the 15th. And you want to be managing your resources very well. This is the area of your self-worth, your self-respect, your self-appreciation, your talent, your gifts, your abilities, what you love and value. Anything you put the word my in front of, my house, my car, my partner, my pet, and so on. And this is highly activated this entire month. Now Saturn's going to couple with Mars on the 2nd, and that's in the area of the money you make from the business you own or the money you make from the company you work for. That can be a frustrating energy because Mars is the gas pedal, Saturn is the brakes. And Mars just wants to go, spend money, and Saturn's, wait a minute, you don't have limitless resources, you don't have limitless time, energy, and so on. So let's be practical here. Let's be strategic here. And also you don't want to buy love or buy friendship. You want them to love you for you, not for what you're giving them. And that could be something in there for some of you too, where it's about you loving you more than your possessions and loving you more than this friend or this person in your life. That's important too, because you're not what you own. Even though society or the ego likes us to, likes to tell us that you are what you do, you are what you own. It's not true. You are a great spiritual being having a human experience, and you're so much more than this dimension. And yes, we want to have money, we want to have nice things, and you also want to use them wisely and have them serve you and not be owned by them or creating debt because you're going a bit too far with your spending this month. Now Jupiter will harmonize with Pluto on the 14th, and that's good news. And that one exact January 15th, and it goes exact September 12th. So it's going to be around this year, and it's involved in the Aries new moon. It's happening at the Aries new moon, and it's happening at the Scorpio full moon. That one it's involved with. And so that's good news because that can help to increase prosperity, increase opportunity, but also for you it's about being focused on your future. Where are you going? And, how are you going about it? And what has Jupiter been teaching you about yourself since he entered Scorpio last year? This is a good time to look at what you believe, what you hold to be true, as well as, any travel that you're doing, or teaching, or, being a student, whatever role that you're in. This is about expanding your horizons, expanding your place in the world, being that world-class citizen, and travel. You know, it's good. It's good for travel. It's good for empowering your goals, empowering your prosperity. Then Mercury is going to move direct on the 15th, and that's right before the Aries new moon on the 15th. Now this is going to be kind of crazy in here, the 15th, 16th, 17th, even the 18th, because that's when Uranus will exactly couple with the Sun on the 18th. But it's on at the new moon because the Sun and the moon are coupled together in Aries with Uranus, and they are bringing revolutionary change. And you know, that's where you want to make sure that you're not going off the rails with spending. It's better for you to be building your life around your talent and your gifts. And you're incredibly gifted. And so you want to be building your life around your talent and your gifts, not your possessions. I am not what I own. Or what I own is not me. What I own doesn't own me. Yeah. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're loving you more and not defining yourself by possessions, no matter what the world says. And what changes do you need to make in this area of your self-worth? How are you going about building up that self-worth? We can't receive abundance if we don't have a strong sense of self-worth, self-esteem. This is important. And this is what you're learning here in April. And also rethinking too, because that Mercury had been retrograde and, you know, slowed you down in this area, but also wanted you to revisit, you know, how you are using your resources to live your best life and get your needs met. Yeah. Now, Chiron is entering Aries on the 17th, and that's good for you. Now you can say goodbye to Chiron, the shaman, the wounded healer, and let him enter Aries, where now it's about, you know, your resources. So it's interesting because we have Uranus at the end of Aries. He's getting ready to go into Taurus, which will be very favorable for you because Taurus sextiles Pisces. And that's why you want to be, you know, really aware of what you're spending this month and, you know, what's driving that spending. You know, is it emotional? Is it a need to please? Is it a need for approval? What's up with that? And Chiron's going to help you with that too, about, you know, really, you know, building up that self-worth, self-esteem. And, you know, he does it by flushing out the wounds, of course. But you know that. He's been in your sign forever. He's leaving now, which is good. And moving into Aries. Then the Sun enters Taurus on the 19th. This is really good because Taurus will help to ground all of this fiery, intense, revolutionary, changing energy. And Pluto retrogrades on the 22nd, but that's more of a subtle energy. You may not notice it. Saturn retrograde on the 17th as well. When Chiron entered Aries, Saturn retrogrades, and he'll be retrograde till the 6th of September. This is an opportunity for you to now reevaluate his visit in Capricorn, which started in December on solstice. And so this first chapter, he covered about almost 10 degrees in Capricorn, and now he's going to retrograde back until September 6th. And so here's an opportunity for you to reevaluate your goals, your hopes and wishes, your friends. Is it time to upgrade your friends? Is it time to upgrade the groups you're in? What needs an upgrade for you? this is an opportunity for you to look at that, to really upgrade where you're hanging out, who you're hanging out with, your friends, what you're receiving from the relationship or not. Venus will move into Gemini on the 24th, and Mars will couple with Pluto on the 26th. That could be a very intense day. I mean, this is going to be an intense month because the Aries new moon is ruled by Mars, and Mars is first coupled with Saturn on the 2nd, and now with Pluto on the 26th. And again, that is about your groups you belong to, your friends, the money you make from the business you own, or the money you make from the company you work for. And so there's a lot going on here with you this month in this area of your money, your possessions, your resources, and that could be an intense day with Mars coupled with Pluto, and it is involved in the Scorpio full moon on the 29th and the 30th. You have the Scorpio full moon. Scorpio is ruled by both Mars and Pluto, and they're over there in that area of your goals and money. And so it really is important for you to look at where your money's going this month and how you're using those resources, and where do you need to set boundaries, where do you need a fresh start, and what are you receiving from your friends, the groups you belong to. Is it still worth it for you? This is something you're going to be looking at here. This is a good moon for you because Scorpio is your sister sign, and it trines your planets in Pisces, your sun, your moon, your rising, and so on. And the moon itself is well aspected. It is trining Saturn. Saturn is exactly trining the sun on the 29th at the full moon, trining the sun in Taurus, sextile the moon in Scorpio. Your ruling planet Neptune is trining the moon in Scorpio and sextile the sun in Taurus, which will happen the next day. And Jupiter is there, coupled with the moon opposing the sun. That helps to balance the energy, the Martian energy, the aggressive, anger kind of energy that could be around this month, with the feminine energy, with cooperation and wanting to create that win-win with others rather than just my way or the highway kind of Martian energy that we have with Mars and Saturn, and then Mars with Pluto. It will be bringing, your deepest desires to your conscious awareness. For you, this is in the area of long-distance travel, spirituality, higher consciousness, what you believe, your freedom, your truth, your wisdom. And it can, propel you forward in what you're doing. There's a lot of support here for you at this Scorpio full moon. And it is about really getting in touch with what you really want and what's going on with you, and making, good choices for yourself, making good changes in your life so that you are getting what you want. You are bringing towards you the things that you want. The love, the joy, the success, the happiness. And Saturn is rewarding hard work for, everyone. And he will do that with manifestation, the ability to manifest what you want, whether it's money or a new job, a new relationship, a promotion, business expansion, a new business, and so on. The reward is coming through hard work, being disciplined, being focused, You know, another big theme in here, because we have Mars in Capricorn and Saturn in Capricorn, you know, it is about being the authority of your life, owning that authority, coming from that authority, as well as power. With Pluto, it's about power. Are you owning your power? Are you using your power wisely? Or are you giving your power away? We can give our power away if we're spending money when we really shouldn't be. We can be giving our power away if we're misusing our resources. So be aware of how you're using your resources this month to build power, to build your self-worth and self-esteem. You know, it is an intense energy in here at both these moons. At the revolutionary change moon, Aries, and then at the intense, deep Scorpio moon. And the challenge is to be grounded this month. Be focused on your tasks. Be focused on the things you need to get done so that you can enjoy your life and live your best life. But for you, you know, it really is about how you're managing these resources this month, how you're managing your time, your energy, your money, your self-esteem, your self-worth, how you're loving you more than possessions, loving you more than titles or reputation or the external things of the world that we can let define us, but has really little to do with who you really are and your soul, because you're not what you do and you're not what you own. And so be aware of that. You know, this is also, for you, this Scorpio full moon is a great time to connect to your spirituality, to connect to your higher power and pull in that higher power so that you are using it for good choices, doing what's right for you, and being in the flow. You know, because this is going to be a crazy month where, you know, things can surprise you, things can upset you that you didn't see coming. And that's where you want to, you know, go with the flow and trust in the process. Because even though it's a new moon with Aries, it can also bring some completions, because Uranus is right at the end there, getting ready to leave Aries and go into Taurus, as well as when something begins, something can end. And so for some of us, it can be a completion of something. And it could be for you a completion in, you know, the way you've been earning income, or how you've been investing your money. You could be changing that. And then full moons bring things to completions. And so that could be finishing something up for you in the area of what you believe, and anything that you're doing that in regards to maybe you've been training for something or learning more skills in something. Maybe you're completing that, graduating. You could be, for some of you, you're graduating from school, or you're graduating from what you've been doing, and you're moving up in where you are and where you're going. And that's good news too. It is about expanding your presence in the world, expanding who you are in the world, and allowing that to take you into new places, new faces, new ways of living, allowing this energy to move you in a new direction that is about your evolutionary growth. For those of you open for love, you know, is I'm not seeing like this big energy around that. It could, you know, you could be meeting someone, you know, who is close to you, You could be meeting someone, who lives in the community or where you live or is close by. You want to make sure that you're not overspending to win their approval. Then by the end of the month, it could be, meeting someone at a distance and connecting with that person who's at a distance. For those of you coupled, this is a time for you to work together on the resource area and, make sure that you are getting your needs met and loving you more than, giving all that away to someone else and then not having it and then spending to make up for it, to fill that gap, that hole within, that emptiness within. So be aware of how you're loving you and how you're taking care of you so that you're not using money or your resources to fill a need you have inside that really needs your attention and your self-care and self-love. That is a strong message in here for Pisces this month. It's all about the money with you this month, like how you're managing your money, how you are, taking care of you, how you're, really using your resources. Career, it looks like you're moving up in what you're doing in it, and it's coming by maybe skills you're learning or a new avenue you're taking to expand your career in the world, your business in the world, whatever you're doing. It looks good, and it's growing, and it's going to continue to grow with that Jupiter and Scorpio, and especially when it gets into Sagittarius. That is really going to grow your business and grow you in the world. Spiritually, make sure you're taking that time to listen. Make sure you're taking that time to meditate and not be in a hurry and not do impulse spending, impulse shopping, and being impulsive this month. Watch for that. Really important. I'm not seeing any challenges to the health. If you're taking good care of you, your health is going to be great this month. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plussing my videos. Pisces, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. It's also up in the cards. And I'm getting ready to launch my new academy. That'll be rolling out here in the next couple of months. It's all about empowering you and empowering your wealth. And I would love for you to join me in the academy. That link is below, and it's also up in the cards. So until next time, Pisces, love you. It's all about loving you. You're awesome, and you're spiritual, and you're so gifted and beautiful. You're gorgeous. Remember that.